I remember this one comment that I got before the person deleted it that said,
"Hey, I like your videos, but how about you not curse so much, you big bumbo dumbo?"
I mean, shit, I'm trying. Also, I remember in the ENFP video that I did not too long ago that I had a few comments saying, "Hey, you should do one for ENFJs. We actually have the exact same functions, just in a different order. What do you think about the order of the functions changing? You should do one for ENTPs. I've seen an ENTP talk about life. You should do another one for INTPs. Do you think about things heard the compatibility is really high. I've seen a video about INTPs you should do one for the ISFJs. Hey, they seem to be you should do another one for What do you think about Hey, you should do one for ENTPs. I've seen an ENTP. Hey, what's your view on life? Do you think about things in a better way than ENTP does? Hey. And I'm here thinking to myself, whoa, wait. I love you all, but do you really think that I am competent enough to figure you the fuck out? Oh, you do? Huh. That's actually kind of flattering. Hold on. Let me check my notes real quick. Yep. Oh shit, okay, okay. Okay, so, let's talk about this, right? So if I need to be brutally honest with myself, I've grown increasingly hesitant about releasing any videos relating to cognitive functions or INFJs or any other type for that matter. But then, to make a long story short, and in the interest of being more vague and vulnerable than wrong, I thought to myself, I might as well make a video out of this. So let me showcase how much I know, and then perhaps somebody can fill in the blanks for me or correct me if I'm wrong here. Okay, let's get to it. Okay, so there are functions, and they are represented like this. It seems like, as a general rule, if you're going to display a cognitive function, if you're going to manifest an invisible but nonetheless existent function into something more visually tangible, then you're going to have to use molecular model balls from chemistry class. Okay, now we are making progress. So we have functions. And we have two functions that deal with how we take in information, and there are two functions that deal with how we interpret that information. First, we have intuition and sensing. Now, intuition looks like this. You see a hell of a lot of stuff, it's kind of nice, but then you can't really see detail. Sensing sees detail. Sensing is like that one English teacher that you had that always points out every stupid-ass flaw in your essay. But sensing is more of the pointing it out and not the stupid-ass flaw. The common thing about these two is that there's no bias other than if it's holistic versus if it's focused, and we tend to use both but not at the same time. Then we have feeling and thinking. Feeling is more subjective and emotional and moral, like if someone complimented your outfit, or if a dog slept next to you and you feel the press of her back against your leg, or if you gave a homeless person like $5. Those are examples of feeling. Thinking is more objective and rational and based on facts and logic. Like, if you found the integral to a polynomial equation by method of trigonometric substitution, or if you figured out the ratio of periodic elements involved in a certain molecular formula, or if you consult the subsection of state law to cross-examine witness testimony, those are examples of thinking. We will tend to use thinking and feeling at the same time in different magnitudes depending on what the situation at the moment endows. Then we have introverted and extroverted variants of said functions, and holy crap, did this thing get interesting. Now, I have a question about this one. Does introversion and extraversion in this regard just mean what is within you versus what exists outside of your mind? And building off of that, do we really have 8 functions or do we really have 4 times 2? Like, do we have just 4, but then have both introverted and extroverted variants? That's what I'm trying to ask. Now I'm going to talk about what I know so far about the cognitive functions, just really quick. Introverted intuition. Now, I've made a video on introverted intuition, or rather what I think of it. You can check that out. But essentially, look at this picture of marbles. These are ideas. If I blur this picture and on the off chance a marble moves, you'll be like, I feel a disturbance in the force. Or you might compile a whole bunch of ideas together and make predictions about society and the future and all that. Now, it doesn't matter if you're right or not, you just tend to do it a lot. Introverted Sensing. Now, my first impression of Introverted Sensing is that it deals with the past more than the present or the future, and it goes through memories in great detail. To my understanding, it's like looking at a sunset in Florida, but then comparing that sunset to that other sunset that you looked in Honolulu, but then that other sunset in Coronado Beach in San Diego was really good. Extraverted Intuition to me is like a box of cupcakes, and each cupcake is like some idea of the future. And you know what I think someone with this function does with those cupcakes? Yeah, just throw them at a wall and then figure out which one sticks. You're not going to think about which one might stick. You might have an idea, but you'll figure that out as you go along. Extraverted Sensing seems like if people looked at you and thought to themselves, damn, this guy really has somewhere to be, does he? He needs to relax. This is like a present moment, very in tune with surroundings kind of function. They always know where they're going. They are so aware of what's going on in the here and now. People with this function can solve those stupid ass CAPTCHA puzzles that pop up every 5 seconds. I learned that if you want to know what extroverted sensing feels like, you want to learn how to drive, or play a sport, or something similar to the two. Introverted thinking is like that one mythical figure that came up with a theory of relativity. He wants to be precise with his words, he wants to study everything, and then he wants to relate, no pun intended, and compare what he just studied with everything else he studied. They want to know the secret to life, you know, they want to get to the bottom of things. They just freaking love knowledge. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say, really. Introverted Feeling. I don't even know what the hell to do with this one. What is this? What the heck is this? How do you even begin to describe this one? You make decisions based on how you feel? When you come across a decision, you go with your heart? Yeah, that's really all I got, really. Extraverted Thinking. Is this the one where people think this relates to OCD? All I know about this function is that you see a messy desk, and someone with a strong sense of this function will just go berserk, and then 5 minutes later, it's like the most immaculate display of organization in the world. So do people in New England have this function? Is anyone here from New England? Am I just being stupid right now? Extraverted Feeling. It's like that function that really hates conflict. I mean, nobody ever wants to be in a scuffle, or I don't know, maybe some people do. But people with this function just wants everybody to get along. If everybody's cool, then they're cool. I'm pretty sure that they're the type that would be like, hey, we're all friends here. Let's be smart and bring it off. Now, whether they cry in the corner about it is irrelevant. It just seems like a general mindset. And then apparently there are some functions that don't mix together, like FE and FI, or TE and FI, or NI and SE. I don't know, maybe you can add on to this in the comments. But we can all agree that nobody knows what the hell FI looks like exactly, right? Like that mystery has to be up there with Atlantis or Bigfoot, or if Albert Einstein was really a myth. So yeah, I mean, I think that's all I got for this video. I'll see you next time.